Hello and welcome to week 8 of the AAOL matches. I am Menscure and this is Quality, and we'll be casting the That's Toxic vs TG Deadlock. Last time I casted this match, I think TG Deadlock won by 1 point. And any thoughts, Quality? Moonpea?
Yeah. If they won just by 1 point, I guess we're in for another close one. With Ash in this week, we might see some shakeups in the kind of matches. So maybe it might tip over to into that Toxic's favor.
Yeah, maybe, and it'll be exciting to see people not running goats because that's just I just hate goats.
You say that, but it looks like That's Toxic is lining up your classic Moira Lucio goats over there with the Reinhardt, Zarya, Diva, and Brigitte. We'll take a look to see what DG Deadlocks locks in.
Oh, though they're locking in the goats too. Goats be goats. It is quite strong on these sort of maps. King of the Hill. It used to be dive, but now it's goat.
There is a key difference though. Oh, we've got pause.
It's interesting though because That's Toxic is running a Moira, whereas TG Deadlock is running the Zen.
Yes, absolutely. So TG Deadlock are probably looking, with their reduced healing capacities, they're looking to just kind of win the fight fast with that 30% on the Discord. So they're going to be looking to get very aggressive that first fight, I can imagine.
And like, just Zenyatta orbs, just you throw them on a tank and you're gone within like 30 seconds at maximum. It's pretty.
Absolutely. And along with like the Discords, Zenyatta himself also can put in a lot of damage for the backline.
Definitely, and we're going to see the speed boost coming out to see who can get the point first, who's going to win the start, and they're going to be bouncing up. No kills yet, holding the shield up, there comes Zenyatta. Nairo finding a kill on Tamata, and then Ringo finding out one on Max Uppercut. Are they going to push back? They're being pushed back. Holding the door, there was that. Didn't find anything with Zenyatta though.
Not at all. Once the main tank goes down, there's a Mundi there from TG Deadlock, the goats kind of all falls apart. And then from there, That's Toxic just kind of snowballs them over at full strength.
Oh, jumping off the edge to get the mech back fast.
Yeah, it's a good play by them. You don't want to get staggered out with that Diva.
And I think the Moira is probably the better run here, though Mopop has switched from the Zenyatta to the Ana to see what he...
Okay, that is interesting, because Ana can put out a lot of healing. She also has that binate to deny the other team heals, but we'll see as they...
Here comes out the Shadow, who's going to die, who's going to live. Nairo finding a kill, there goes one healer and the two tanks, and Big Mac will be pulling back.
That was an absolutely huge shadow by Tranquillo, just kind of stepping there past the shield and slamming the entire team down. Not really much the Ion Exchange can do when your entire team's on the floor like that.
Definitely, and I think that's Toxic is trying to build up the ulti bank. They have a lot more than TG Deadlock. But here comes out the rally. What are they going to be able to do? Speed boost on the point, finding a kill. Here comes the Zarya, Shatter, and Diva Bomb. Who's going to die? Who's going to live? That's okay. You're gone, man. You're gone.
Oh my goodness. So That's Toxic did use a lot of ults to secure that fight, with the Grav, the Bomb, and the Moira ultimate. However, they do have the Lucio ultimate coming up very soon, as well as the Brigitte to safeguard them against the next fight.
Definitely.
TG Deadlock coming in with a Graviton and a Lucio of their own, so we'll see how they approach this.
Yeah, definitely. It was fun. All tranquil. There comes here comes another Shadow, or which save? Bardo's done. Here comes out the Grab. Who's gonna... The Ocean's not funny as Diva Bomb. Getting destroyed and Lucy, trying to find his little safe spot so he can stall for his thing. Freaky manner, scariest thing I've ever finding one kill. Finally, it's taken them a long time. Are they going to be able to get this point? Two going down. 4v5, I think. Can't really see. He comes up the Immortal. Big going down. Soulsock's finding Max uppercut though.
Ooh,
See that? There was just 2 shadows.
that was huge. That absolutely
off
saved
point.
them.
That was lucky. They've got to hold it really hard.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's like you said, Nano Brig, scariest thing in the world. So that was a very smart move by Mohop, nanoing that Brig, keeping her alive with her already ridiculous, regen ability, making it enough time for Zumandi to come back and land that absolutely filthy shatter. So,
I heard 2 ults go off. I'm like, oh no, who's gonna find the shatter first?
It looks like Zumandi found it, which is good. That's Toxic though, coming up with huge...
Oh, the double Dario. Here comes the Dippy Box. Whiz. Here comes the Dippy Box. Finding a mark on Naya, but it's a 5v1. I don't think it's worth it. Is Ocean's gonna be able to spell through him? I don't think so. It's a long walk from spawn.
And I do believe that was it for TG Deadlock. That's Toxic winning out. We got Lucio.
Are they gonna be able to do it? Hold no, there's no long walk from spawn. Neo going off the edge of the map.
Desperation Hammond in play.
Not finding anything. Can the Rhine get on point? I don't think so.
And that is the map. That is the round for That's Toxic. The executions, I believe, of that Reinhardt Diva combo, just the Diva bomb into those huge tank ultimates of the Shadow and the Grab have just been much better for the side of That's Toxic.
Definitely. And we're going to see a bit of a change around. Tranquillo changing the Orisa Block Mist, and Ocean's both changing to Roadhog, and Ifi is switching over to the Mist.
Alright, looks like we don't have goats anymore. Still no Ashe in play, but we do have another cowboy. No, never mind. Brig again.
5, 4,
So
3,
we've got triple tank on the side of That's Toxic, and we've got Sniper and Junkrat with Orisa Hog on the side of TG Deadlock.
Definitely, and I think the thing with Ghost is if you find point, you usually held it, but if you lose point, it's quite hard to get it back, as we saw in that. Ringo going down, just running with the headshot. Are they going to be able to force them back? Find a kill, one more kill, and they can definitely secure the point.
That's Toxic getting on point first, though.
Ocean's going down, couldn't find the hook. No, they couldn't find the tank. Tronic's getting a headshot.
Ooh, huge!
Tranquillo getting the double thing. Naya finding a res on Block Mist, and Ringo finding kill being forced back by the ghosts.
And that Toxic there, even though they lost Ringo in the beginning to that Widow, they kept their cool. They took a better position, I think, to be able to approach them, and pulled a lot, very key players from TG Deadlock to their doom with the Orisa and I think it was the Ana falling off. We do main tank, main healer go, and that's it.
And Ringo's switching up from the goats up to the Tracer. Might have just been trying to get back to the point. Tronic's finding a kill on the Tracer though. Pop being cooked away, there's no chance of surviving that, especially at low health. He's not finding anyone with the pulley orb things. Naya Fire going flipping. Oh, Ocean's going down. Got pushed to the wrong place, wrong time. Here comes out the tire though. He's going to be able to find a kill on someone. No, he's going to shut it down.
It's a very interesting choice to use that tire when pretty much half their team were gone. They had lost a tank, they had lost Ana really early on, and now they've lost the Orisa again. So here's hoping that they regroup to approach this as a 6v6. It will still be difficult for them, considering how many ultimates That's Toxic has banked up. So
trying to throw a nade in, but not finding it in Mark.
How do you think TG Deadlock is going to be able to approach this, to be able to win this fight? Clock's counting down to 80%. They really only have 1.5 more fights, if they're lucky.
Yeah, I think they got no ultra coming what's the way with
Ooh.
going down. This might be able to get on point, but they've really got to go hard to show that get the overtime kick started, but it's 3 ults on That's Toxic against 2. Oh, actually, no, Ocean's finding an ult. He's gonna use it. Try force mop. The things are really going down. He's finding a kill and trying to find. Oh, they might be able to go point. GG Deadlock might be able to get a point here.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like CG Deadlock, despite all odds, win that point. I guess it was through the combined efforts of a block miss on the Hog and, oh sorry, not block miss, Oceans on the Hog and Neo on the Lucio, keeping that Hog alive while he ulted off the other Hog, who also had ultimate off the point.
Definitely. Max, don't know what Max is doing here. Might be just using his ult. No, nice, shutting it.
Oh, Max. I guess he was just hoping to buy time. It's very daunting when you're up against 99%. They only have to win 1 point. One fight, sorry, to win the entire.
That's Toxic. One of them, 2 of them are on point. Ringo's trying to find a kill on Chronic. Finding a kill on Chronic. So Zumondi turning it around. Yeah, finding a kill on Tranquilla and Blockness. It's a 3v3. They've got a chance.
Can I just say how fun it is to see everyone fall off the map from this point?
Oh, it's so satisfying to Max going down and last person is Neo. Is he going to be able to hold it for one of his teammates to get back? No. Chronic coming back on the Tracer, trying to just stall. Finally, almost going off the edge. He comes up Steve Bob. No, but here comes Blockness. Oh, finding kill on Mopop. That's the cap. Anyone going to be able to get on point? He might be trying to hold. Here comes Noah. Oh, he might be able to hold here. Do a lot as Lucio holds this point, but no, I don't think they're going to be able to get close as Mopop.
Almost got the beat off, which would have made for a great stall, but unfortunately, That's Toxic cleans it up and cleans up the first map. I think it was very well played by them. A lot more cohesion from their side. And block misses, Diva bombs have definitely been impressing me in this map. Plopped it right in the middle there. Not much Reinhardt could do.
Couldn't get his shield up. He was in the wrong angle to save his team.
Good play by That's Toxic the entire round, knowing the right combos, the right timings, and just, being, I think ult economy was a lot more favorable to their side. They were building up their ultimates, right? They made sure not to plop, ultimates in unnecessarily, which, it's sometimes an Overwatch match is a marathon more than a sprint. You want to just pace it out a little bit.
Definitely, and I think Max was he wasn't really doing much with his tires. He was kind of getting sent in and they were dying straight away. He could have used them to hold choke a bit better, when they were pushing, but yeah, it's also hard because it's only 50 health.
Absolutely, yeah. The tire not as strong as it used to be, but it is still a powerful ult, so it was a bit frustrating to see Max kind of send it out there willy-nilly. Credit should also go to Blockmiss for also being on there every single time, because even though it's he may get killed, demeched by the tire, it's better him than anyone else, and Diva can do a surprising amount of damage as well, flying up to it.
Yeah, and just the Diva rockets is what shot that tire down. I think also they just kind of were going in a 5v6 and that sort of thing, and they were dying. TG Deadlock was just dying, slowly getting picked off, not really regrouping, and when they did regroup, they just get killed straight away because they just weren't building up ults quick enough.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a hard fight to win as it is when you're at the ultimate disadvantage, which they were at a lot of the time. And they were also taking some of those fights, like you said, 5v6, 4v6 sometimes as well. But great Orisa pulls and great hooks, though, to try to even up the score at times from both teams, actually. So what do you think TG Deadlock have to do to be able to come back from that first map? We're going to Watchpoint now.
Yeah, I think Watchpoint is an interesting map. It is you can definitely run pretty much any type of comp. It is quite sneaky because you can run bastions, and bastions can play around the thing. I ran a Winston here, and I could dive in the background, and then get out of it. And it's definitely a good Widow map too. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the Widows coming out because there's so much play space.
Absolutely, lots of great line of sights. And as you said, here we go. Widows on both sides with Ringo Stars and Tronic selecting it in. That's Toxic also opting for the double sniper, chucking a Hanzo in there as well.
Yeah, and
So,
then we've got two Zenyatas as well. I think with this map, my favorite point would have to be the second stage of the map where it's with the spaceship thingamadoo, because if you can hold kind of like around it on top of the spaceship, you can definitely find kills as well. Just looking down at the back of the spaceship, looking behind their shields, you've got to spend time chasing you.
absolutely. The second point is so strong for the defenders if they manage to hold the attackers off, because they have so much high ground to play with. So, it looks like almost identical comps from both sides. The main difference being that's Toxic running an Orisa for the defense, and TG Deadlock running an attack with Winston. So what do you think of that?
It's a dive. TG Deadlock are running a dive, which is a good comp. It's definitely strong if you have your tanks sticking with your healers, because D.Va's alright to run off by herself, but you can't really do much if you don't have a shield. That's why Winston. And I'm excited to see what this Sombra is going to do. Tronic's just scouting out. Bit of burst fire here and there, trying to build up ults as quick as fucking can. I think it's going to be hard once they get through car wash though.
Yeah, all that Orisa spam might make it a bit difficult because they don't have a static shield. Although Tronic does.
What is Max doing? I'm just watching him by. They're trying to find another kill, another headshot on Mercy. Sniper. Max is trying to find some hacks, but not finding anything successful. They cut through car wash. This is where it becomes can be very hard to defend, or very easy depending. Especially if you dive that little door that everyone walks through, you can just hold that door. It's quite easy. Block is finding the kill on Monday. So first, Tronic's just popping off. There's another 2 headshots. Does he have bots on or something? So Tranquil finding the and Nightfire resing block.
I needed that.
It's very just trading kills. Tronic finding another kill, but Tranquil are killing Max.
No one
What
can
is Max
hide
doing?
from my sight.
Here comes out Tronic's ult. This is gonna be interesting to see. Ocean's pulling back. He can't defend it by himself, baby. Can't go that crazy.
Okay, and that's Toxic somehow stabilizes, despite Tronic just completely uncontested, shredding them up as Widow.
Definitely.
I think it was the loss of Zumundi there, halfway through the fight, when he got maybe a bit too eager getting to that doorway and getting punished for it. It's hard to keep pushing when you lose your main tank, you know?
Tronic's taking a cheeky long shot at the back line, and I'm excited to see if Max can find the hack on the Orisa, on Tranquil, because that can be definitely powerful. Tronic kill, starting out the combat. They're one down. Those changes over the Reaper for the thing. Max going down here. I wonder what he's doing. What is he getting? Can't find hacks. Here comes out the old by Zumundi, but he gets melted straight away by Social Club. Ocean's neck getting melted. Oh, double D bomb. Who's gonna find him? Who's gonna do it? Ocean's finding 2 kills. What did Tranquil do? He didn't have his shield down. And Social's getting picked off, and Mopop finishing off the Widow. That's always fun when you do it. Just a good old snipe off. Projectile versus DPS. And
Yeah, against all odds. TG Deadlock make it. Yeah, you're right. I was wondering what Max was doing the entire time. He did hack that D.Va there, however his team wasn't in position to follow up on that, and he got caught out. However, a really lucky D.Va bomb by Oceans helped them push through, kind of just brute force it through.
Yeah, I think it's because Tranquillo didn't have any of his abilities up to defend against it. So Ringo holding the top of this neck, top of this point. Max going down again.
Tronic.
No one can hide from my
Tronic is definitely winning this Widow duel right now.
Mopop went down, probably wasn't paying attention and got picked off by that constant. Tronic's trying to find another kill, but I think it's going to be another 1v1 with these Widows, giving him time to get back. Ooh, getting the little pulley thing. I always forget what it's called. Ooh, here comes out the Earl. Who's gonna die? It looks like Naya's down. and Naya on fire. So just like trying to kill and bringing out the ult, but getting picked off straight away with the head. Now they're just down to their 2 tanks. It's a little hard to hold against.
So yeah, that was definitely TG Deadlock's advantage. As soon as everybody got lumped up, grouped up there for Max's EMP to come off,
See you later.
Yeah.
which is really good. The tanks were already in position. The Winston halfway through, getting quickly on that Mercy. Social Socks tried to do his best to turn it around, but wasn't enough.
And Ocean's picking up everyone, but they're back on point again. Max is down again. Chronix is down. He just wasn't particularly positioned well, but he was getting ready for the second point. Here comes out both Xenos. Later than Naya going down low to Zamundi. It is a 5v4 from what I know, but Maxi is back trying to find Ringo. Here comes an old Naya's trying to get the res on Tranquility. Max finding his kill with very one-for-one kills at the moment. And that Toxic has closest one. Here comes out the old and the stun. No, not going to find anyone. So Mompop's going down to Tranquillo. Tranquillo has switched off the Rifle. Interesting to see what he does with the Ryan. Did he switch because of the point's not as big or some other reason? I'm not too sure. And Neo going.
So Tranquillo's, I do believe Tranquillo's switch to the Reinhardt at the very end was beneficial. They also switched Blockmiss off to the Diva. I believe maybe they were prepping for the 3rd point as well, because Ryan and Zarya is strong on that.
The Diva, don't you mean
Oh, sorry, off to the Zarya.
Yeah.
Off the Diva, onto the Zarya.
Ringo finding a kill on Mopop, and Zamundi has switched for the word's not working. Right.
Ryan, yes.
And 2 kills going down, stalling them again for probably another 30 seconds. And Ringo's trying to get behind, trying to be a little sneaky. Is he going to try to find a hack and find an early kill for
Ringo already has his EMP up. He only just recently switched to the Sombra, I do believe. So he's looking for it.
And Max has it as well.
Battle of the EMPs. There goes
the first EMP. He's going to come out of the second EMP. Forward. Trying to finding a kill on Blockmiss and Ringo going down to Max. Sombra 1v1. Chronix is just popping up. He is a magician and he's getting the block on that. So Nine trying to find a res, not going to find it. That is point for TG Deadlock.
Absolutely, they had to use a lot of their ultimates to get through with the Transcendence. Oh no, the Zenyatta and the Hanzo a little bit caught out from the side of that's Toxic, jumping right off there.
Giving that stuff, giving TG Deadlock a couple like good pushing like 10 seconds to like get back, 10, 15 seconds. Really interesting. Trying finding a kill on.
Alright, looks like they're looking to hold this corner as soon as the Zenyatta, Sombra, and Hanzo get back. They've got the grab to work with, so not if they get
Tronic finding a kill on Tranquillo. He couldn't pull his shield up quick enough. Blockmiss killing himself. Oh man. Naya finding a kill on Zamundi though, but Tronic's turning it around and finding another 2 on both Social Socks and Naya. They're going to be just holding it doors, trying to get this to go over the point. What a charge! Great.
Yeah.
Just be able to get on point, but Maxi bringing out of the old Trungo finding another 2 kills. This is fully Social Socks finding the mech, the mob pop turning around, getting Ringo, Tronic finding another kill and another kill. Tronic is just popping off as the hits game this game, and he definitely, when he did, he found a lot of kills last game as well.
Absolutely, Tronic was completely on fire, whether it was McCree or Widow. Really, just his team absolutely gave him the space he needed, and nobody was contesting him. That's the important part. Nobody decided, hey, I'll stop. I'll go up and maybe annoy the person who's killing my entire team, and that's exactly what Tronic just ended up doing.
Yeah.
Really unfortunate for the side of That's Toxic. They had some really strong ultimates to hold that defense. However, a really clutch Earth Shatter by Zamundi knocked everybody down. Nobody could follow up on the grab from Nair, and then they were just trickling in one by one at the end to contest.
I just like to point out something funny is the map hasn't reset when we're in this lobby while you're in the picky character lobby. So like the point is back at the end of it now.
I see. Oh wait, no, it disappeared now.
But yeah, I think that end point, the grab just didn't find anyone because they switched around with the hammer down, and we're gonna see Dive versus Zarya Ryan, which will be interesting. With Ringo not playing the oh wait, it's Ghost. I don't see the other players. It's Ghost.
When in
Oh.
trouble, you know, just pull out the goats. And goats
Man.
was pretty successful on the first map.
Yeah, and Max probably will be a bit more efficient because you can definitely pick off Ringo. He can definitely spend time trying to get social socks, just stopping those Lucio being able to climb up walls. Oh, we're gonna get an Ash this round.
And we have an Ashe. We have an Ashe. So it'll be interesting to see how her dynamite interacts with everybody all clumped up like that.
Yeah.
I know, especially during my scrims, I was having a lot of trouble with Ashes, who would just chuck it right in the middle of the ghosts, and it does so much damage when they're all together.
Goats going around the back. That's toxic. Not having the high ground though, but interesting what they're trying to do. Just find a kill. Nothing going down the bottom. It's just being chased off.
Yeah, where was Tronic there?
He was up on the bridge, so he wasn't being hunted down. The fight's still going though. No one's died as of yet, so they're just trading kills. I think Max is trying to find a hack. Zumondi going down to Naya Fire, but getting res straight away by Neo. That's not a res for another 30 seconds, so that you've got to play a bit more safer. And Neo's a bit caught out. Oh no, he's fighting.
no.
Oh, Neo's not. Can you get back? Can you get back?
Neo's absolutely gone.
Oh no, he got
Oh,
back. What a
no!
sneaky burst. Tronic sitting at the back on the Ash. This will be exciting. Can he get some form of dynamite or something? Ocean just
There it is.
really absolutely charcoal. Max dying to Ringo. Here comes out the Diva ult, not finding any kills. And we're going to be fighting back on point. Zimundi bringing out the ult. Here comes out the Mora ult from Naya. Just doing bits of chip damage, which is good. Tranquilo hammering down, not finding anyone though. But Ringo just picking up kills, getting those stuns. I am excited for when Nerf comes through and she's strong. Molpop's sitting in the back, not finding kills, and I think he's gone. That's point for that's toxic.
Yeah, that was a very interesting fight. It was very drawn out for a while. With when you had goats on the low ground and the dive team on the high ground, with Reinhardt just sort of wiggling his hammer up at them, almost like he's trying to swat at flies.
Yeah.
However, once the fight came into Goat's effective range and they had to engage right on the cart, Goats did win out with their superior sustain, and I don't think there was enough, I guess, target priority on the side of TG Deadlock to be able to make good use of that dive.
Yeah, and we're going to see with Blockness versus Oceans up the top here. But Blockness is pulling away.
Got Bob.
He comes out, Bob. Oh no, Bob got stuck. He's going to be able to find damage though. Bob can use so much. They're being forced down the hill. I don't know what Blockness is doing. Just jumping around, having a bit of a fight. Getting rezzed again. He seems to be getting rezzed a lot in these things. Here comes out the grab. Blockman's finding Neo, but Zumondi is spinning his shield around frantically, just trying to protect two angles. Here comes, was that an ult from Zumondi, but just didn't find a pick. Just didn't seem to get down because Tranquilo countered him. And that's again the point if they can get back, because it's just been picked off super fast. Goats is finding his plays, finding the stuns, just holding the point.
Yeah, and it was really great disengage from that when they got EMP, because EMP is Goat's worst enemy. Like when you have all these abilities that you can't use, and when you all group together like that, and with the debug bomb incoming, I thought it was going to be a disaster, but they managed to just like stay calm, run into that little room, and no casualties whatsoever. So that was really good play by that stuff.
Debug bomb. Finding two. Oh, Zumondi, you poor man, you lost the shield.
Now, TG Deadlock do have the opportunity to hold, to be able to stop this snowball here. The Ricard is rounding the corner, but they have two strong ultimates with Bob, as well as Zumondi's Shatter, and an EMP coming up very soon, and Molpop there with his...
Yeah. Here comes the Bob. Getting stunned, but getting up pretty quick. Doing bits of chip damage. To be able to find kills in his 10 seconds of being alive. Here comes out Molpop's ult. They have two ults here to play. Zumondi getting an ult twice in like very close time. Max.
Yeah, wow.
Could they find it? No, finding two kills too quickly. Max finding a kill on the mech though, will slow it down, but Ocean's getting picked off for that mech. Here comes out the ult, but Tranquillo's just there ready to stun it. We're going to see Tronic on the high ground though, and I think this is going to be a point. Block Mist is just popping off, Social Sox is just finding kills, being helpful. Yeah, that's the game to TG Deadlock.
This will heal you.
Yeah, so they've got another chance to go around with that, but That's Toxic do have the faster time thanks to the power of Goat Snowball. Yeah, like Zumundi was playing out of his mind, getting 2 huge shatters. The first one was a bit ineffective, but he gained his second one and knocked so many people down. However, his team wasn't in the position to follow up, and they just get picked off one by one by one by one. If you let the fight go on too long, Goats does have the advantage because there's so many, high HP heroes. There's so much healing done. You've got to really get rid of them, or they'll just keep going.
We're gonna see the sniper come out again from. Actually, no, it's not sniper. Sorry, it is one sniper and a sombra. Maybe to counter Max here, but Max is gonna be on the tracer. But Tronic's gonna be on the sniper again. Be interesting to see what Naya pulls out.
Absolutely. So Tronic absolutely bodied that Toxic in the first time around. TG Deadlock got to offense. So let's see if that's Toxic will, I guess, adjust to that, be able to shut him down a bit more because he did a lot of work in the attack.
I think Goats is so strong because there's no real way. It's really hard to get around it because you just have so much stun and so much just hit damage that even as a tank you can get melted pretty quick. I'll be excited to see the Brig nerfs come through where you don't lose as much HP when you get stunned.
She does a lot of damage for a healer.
Yeah,
Lots a lot of damage for a healer
now
as well.
So Ringo trying to find a hack on Tronics, I think it is. Max just sneaking around, trying to see whether he wants to go. It's going to come through car wash, and we're going to be forced off the height. And here comes the first real fight. Monty pushing point.
The only fight, really.
Bits of damage, but he's just pushing that point, trying to get him to go forward.
Tronic on that high ground there, really good view for him.
Yeah, it's all just bits of chip damage. I think we're waiting for the real ults to come out. Social Sox on the high ground. Tronic's is at his best. He can find a quick little shot off. No, Cut is just bits of chip damage. What is it like doing? The madman. So he does have Oceans there backing him up. Mop going down to Ringo. Ringo popping it off and all. The mech goes down, Monkey goes down, Ringo goes down. Tronic finding 2 kills to back that up, but I don't think it's a 4v3. They might be able to do it. Oh, Zumundy, what an absolute savior. Finding 2, the kill on the Zenyatta and on the ult there. And Max just throwing it on Tranquil. Diva's just stalling, just trying to wait for a team to get back, and Ringo's trying to find a hack. Don't think they're going to be able to make it back before the other team can make it back too. It's a 60-2 at the moment.
I can't believe they got it. They took their eyes off Tronic for a moment. He shoots down the Mercy and the Hanzo, main healer, main damage dealer, and the rest of the team will just manage to capitalize on that.
Great. 2 kills, kill for a kill. Tronic is on the Ocean's out in next. Monday saving his life with the ulti there. Tronic is on the Genji though. It'll be interesting to see what he does here. Zumundi's just trying to force him back, to be honest. They're just trying to get as much map things. Zumundi going down. Neo getting hacked. Neo. Oh, Block is finding 2. Social Sox finding Oceans. This could be points for TG Deadlock. Social Sox finding another kill. Yeah, they were just forced off point there, and they would have been got killed anyway because there was only one person left, which was Moppo.
Absolutely. Tronic there getting very close to his blade. It might have been a very Hail Mary thing, but once your main tank goes down and they've got a Reinhardt who's just walking forwards, pressing mouse 1 at you, there's really not much you can do as a Genji and a Zenyatta, unfortunately, but
Yeah,
a really good effort.
I'm interested to see why he pulled out the
Genji?
Yeah, I'm interested to see why he pulled out because he was running into a comp that could basically just steamroll him. So was it just to get back to point fast enough? And yeah, it's interesting to see why.
Absolutely, because he was doing great on the Widowmaker, and then you know, with those guys running a ground-based comp, he could have easily just sat on the high ground, shooting down fire.
We're gonna see Tronics on the Ash again. See what he can do. Max is gonna jump on the Junkrat. And we're gonna see Mop on Brig, Neo on Ana, Ocean's on Zarya, Mundi on Ryan, and then on the other team it's gonna be kind of goats, but Ringo is, instead of playing Brig, he's gonna be playing the McCree. You're gonna have Nightfire on Moira, Social Socks on Lucio, Nayo on Zarya, Blockmist on his respective Diva, and then Tranquil on the Ryan. Holding the high ground though.
So Max is definitely responding to goats by chucking more Junkrat damage in there. But instead of playing dive against it, they're trying to go with the Reinhardt themselves. Probably had enough of being shattered for free.
Definitely. They're going to be going through car wash pretty soon, pretty quickly, so they're going to have to drop down. Waiting to see who kills Tronics. Finding a quick little headshot. They're not dropping down, they're holding the high ground, maybe distracting them around the back from the Junkrat, who can just pop damage when there's no shield. Only almost going down, but he's going to kill it up. Mop going down to Ringo. He's trading damage, but there's so much like healing there from that TG Deadlock. I mean, that's toxic, that they can stay alive. Though Social Toxic, he's going down, but they're finding 2 kills for 1 here. It's going to be another snowball. They're going to be able to get on point, which we don't know.
Yeah, so the engage started off very well from TG Deadlock with the nade and popping right into it, but they didn't capitalize on it fast enough, and once the nade was over, those Moira healers kick back in and just heal everybody to full health, getting a coalescence for his trouble as well.
And the ult economy is a little... it's about the same anyway. Ocean's going to be finding a kill soon. Finding a grab soon. He comes the first, not finding anyone. Ringo getting shut down by Tronics, probably because he's standing. Bob coming out, not doing much though. Oh, wrong place to throw Bob. Could have thrown the doorway, would have been good. Though Bob is going to take down Blockmist, and they've got 2 minutes here to kind of like just recover a little.
Yeah, they've not got that much left to go. However, this point does favor the defenders because of the spaceship thingamabobby. So we'll see how they deal with this. Ocean's also come. Yeah, that's it. The thingamabobby. Ocean's got a grab as well, so we'll see how he uses that.
Here he comes out, Ocean's grab, speaking the devil. Max is popping down, just trying to charge his ult as quick as he could. Here comes the shadow, not finding anyone, but trying Tranquil from the side, and Ocean's being able to pick up Social Spikes privileges because he was so high, just finding the other Zarya and forcing them back to spawn to rethink what they want to do for the next clip.
That was an interesting choice by Zumundi to use his ultimate as well. I mean, he has been getting his grabs and chuck him away. I mean, sorry, not grabs, his shadows really quickly. However, the fight, they were already... That's Toxic was already 3 down by the time the Graviton ended, so it was really... They really could have used it for the next fight, considering how short That's Toxic has to go.
Being forced off that top high ground is a little bit of a pain, because they have the high ground and they can drop down. However, here comes out the Junkrat up. We kind of find a kill. Not finding a kill, but finding a lot of damage on Blockmist. And Chronix finding kills on other people other than Blockmist, but Blockmist making going down. It was just a Diva Bomb off in the air, not finding any kills. Mop polishing off to what he just did. Naya does have an ult though.
Naya does have an ult, Graviton really big. However, the Diva Bomb was used by Blockmist, so doesn't really have anything to combo it with. However, Tranquillo might be able to get his grab shatter up in with that grab, and that might be what they need to push through.
I'm out of here.
Zumundi though, having a grab his own.
Naya on Fire's ult, and here comes out the thing it's doing. Well, finding a kill off the Blockmist, and Max finding a kill on Naya. Tranquil going down. They might be able to hold this, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
13 seconds. Naya on Fire is trying to stall. Looks like coming in. Oh, you can hear the ring. I just heard Ringo's voice line of coming out of invisibility right behind my camera. Are they going to be able to hold? Are they going to be able to hold? Naya's just trying to stay on point with Zarya. Might be able to live. Being bounced off point. They're just being hammered here. Can Fire get back? Maybe. No, there's no way they're gonna get back here.
Not with that tire.
Ringo might be able to.
Oh.
Ringo almost touching. Don't you just hate when
Almost.
that happens? It's got like that last
Yeah.
little sliver, and you think you're all touching it, but it doesn't. And that goes
And
to
then you're
TG Deadlock.
screaming,
It's a
I
1-1.
touched it. Yeah, TG Deadlock bringing it back with some really impressive defense on that second point. They knew what they needed to do against that goat, and they adjusted their gameplay very well for that. The Junkrat as well, very effective. Max finding a lot more value on this map with his Junkrat than on Nepal, definitely. It was just very, like, that's Toxic had a moment where they could have won that several times on the attack because they had so much time. However, they just couldn't. They had all the pieces together, they just didn't put it together at the right time. And it was really strong defensive gameplay by TG Deadlock, using those small chokes to their advantage with the Junkrat choice.
Yeah, and I think the it'll come back to me. The Widow on Tronic, he was just going
Absolutely.
nuts.
Absolute madman. Yeah, the DPS really stepped up on the side of Max and Tronic there with the Widow and the Junkrat, respectively. And Tronic was also popping off on McCree. Zumundi also really kind of dominating that Reinhardt 1v1 with how many shadows he got off. He kind of just blinking, he's got it up again.
Traveling to Horizon Luna.
But like you said from your experience casting last time, we are getting treated to a very close game, which is exciting.
Yeah, it's always fun when it goes longer and longer. I hate this map.
I hate this map
has
so
to be
much.
My now second favorite, the second least favorite because of Basant, but like this map is so hard to push against. It's a goats map though. That's Toxic, not running goats though, but it's definitely a goats map. You can push very quickly. We were winning the series. We steamrolled this map as dive, but I know not dive. Sorry, it's 4 tank, 2 healers, but like man alive, you can lose this point pretty quickly as well. So it's an interesting map.
That's what's exciting about Overwatch though. You think a map's gonna go one way and then it just goes the complete other way. We just saw that with Watchpoint there with that's Toxic having a 3-minute advantage, but TG Deadlock pulling through with the clutch.
We're gonna see Deadlock running with goats though. Something they haven't run for a little while. So
Although with a Roadhog, which is no Brigitte.
Yeah. Oh no, that's not goats. I've run this comp a lot on this map. It's 4 tank, 2 healers, which are Moira and Lucio. And you basically just go up the side of the point and drop down onto the point and just like do so much damage that you basically win it against what seems to be kind of dive, but not because I don't have the wins.
Yeah, Ringo's gonna have a hard time against this defense. Oh wait, no, Ringo is the defense. Ringo's gonna have a hard time against this attack because there's very little squishies for him to headshot. But if he does get a squishy, those are very high value target.
Definitely, and I think I'm wondering what's coming through on comms here. That's Toxic, just seeing the 4 tanks, they're like, oh, we might have to switch up because this could be really powerful, but being forced off point, they haven't dropped down yet, they're letting them get a free kick. I'm interested to see why. Mop Pop almost done. Social Socks is dying, he's gonna go down. Going down to Tronic. Tranquil stuck in a corner, Social Socks getting res by Mercy, Tranquil going down, so Mop Pop picks up the fire. Find the mark, finds it on Neo. I don't think they're able to kill through this, so they're going to pull out. Mech is down. Mech is down for both things, and Mercy is down. Let's see if they can live through this. Social Socks just bouncing around on point. No, it's just Lucio for TG Deadlock. He's going down. Ringo's trying to kill Electronics, maybe just trying to charge his elbow. Ocean chases him off point. Ooh boy, that was a lot of fun.
That was a very interesting fight because that's Toxic waited until the absolute last minute. And the Orisa was in a really bad spot, unable to get healed because the Mercy was just off having to res Social Socks on the Junkrat, having gotten picked off. But Social Socks does pay back that res by getting down both of the healers. But it still wasn't enough. Here comes the second point.
We're going to see quickly charge on the second point. Ringo going down, Max Uppercut going down, but both trying to work. Time a second ago, we're going to see the Mercy coming out, hitting another tire front surface, so it's finding kill on 2. Both Ringo finding another kill on another tank, which is a much. And now they're just getting chased off. Fine. Can Neo get out? Oh, he can he? He's being a little picked off. No, picking him off. And Ocean's going down.
Social Socks doing work on that Junkrat yet again, earning another tire when he just used one in that last point. Completely stops the snowball from TG Deadlock, who had so many ults. They used both their support ults, and they still couldn't push it through and use the Shatter as well, but they do have a grab Diva Bomb combo in their pockets, so we'll see if they can pull it off. That might just be what they need.
Yep, we're going to see another thing. Max switching over to the play character that I don't remember. It's been weeks since I've played Overwatch. Neo jumping around.
Fire at will.
Back Social Socks. Here comes out the ult. Max going down. Ringo going down. Social Socks. Finding kill on Ocean. Even though Max went up. Oh no, that was a stun and a half. He died just as the shield went up to stop that. And that is another hold. PG Deadlock. Not PG
Yeah.
Deadlock. Gets stopped it.
Yeah, Max changing over to the flying character was definitely a response to Social Socks' Junkrat, who's absolutely tearing through them right now. He's doing so much work at them. You can see him lighting up the kill feed the entire fight, and he also has earned himself another tire to keep him at bay. He's also got Block Miss's Graviton coming up to be able to combo with as well. But Zumundi does have Shadow, so that might be enough.
He comes out, another mess. He's got Max finding a kill because he switched over to the Hunter to be able to do all that.
Tronic.
Double sniper, this is interesting. Tronic finding kill on Nair. What with the ult and Zumundi, whereas Nair and Blockman have the ults. 91 for Nair on fire with the almost getting bounced up into that Mercy. That would have been funny. I've had that happen to me before, and it's like, oh no, the scariest thing. Just the Reinhardt being bounced into nowhere, but Trinkfell finding the kill on both things. I mean,
Yeah, that's toxic.
Deadlock can pull out.
Stabilizing from that after losing the tire and Tronic also popping off on the Widowmaker. I think TG Deadlock were a bit too slow to push that advantage, and by the time they did initiate a full-on fight, full-on brawl, the picks that they got from their double sniper comps were already coming back with the spawn so close. So they really need to be able to capitalize on this.
Bye, Max.
Oh, poor Max. As soon as he walked past the Junkrat, he probably realized what was going to happen to him.
Just stall on them for a couple seconds.
Alright, Blockman still holding on, still has that Graviton Surge. Social Socks using his tire, so there's not really anything to combo. They could try to chuck a Deadeye in there on everybody stuck together, but you would need to break Zumundi's shield to do it. And Neo does have the beat to be able to mitigate those
Tronic's
ultimates.
finding a kill on Ringo, so I don't think this
Tronic again! Tronic again!
Popping up fire. Both DPS. Neo killing his other. Comes out the dragon. Trinkfell is going down. Just surviving. Goodbye, Ringo. That was a waste of an ult. Though, Tronic kills the kills here. Ocean. They're finding kill on Ringo. Tronic finding another kill. What is the front killing at the same time? So she's killing Muff up. And then wiping the floor, getting rid of that nice uppercut. It's a 2v4 coming back to a 2v5. Oceans is just trying to charge his own. It's so close, 96%, 97.
Yeah, that looked really good for TG Deadlock. However, once you start losing people on your attack, because the spawn advantage is so heavily favored to defenders, they couldn't even get a tick off that, even though they played very spectacular. Tronic was just picking people off left and right. The Dragon coming in at the right time as well. But they've earned themselves two very strong tank ultimates, so let's see what they can do with the Shatter and the Graviton.
Ringo is counter offense now, and I think there's only one. There's almost two ults up for that's toxic, whereas they have a couple more for TG Deadlock. But Tranquil is just killing their supports. Zumundi going down to the fire. Social Socks really likes his one.
Absolutely. Social Socks is just... There's a tie every fight from this. And there goes one tank ultimate in the form of the shadow from Zumundi there. Just sort of slammed it right into the enemy Reinhardt's shield, which is a bit unfortunate, but it happens. Now, we do have the grab still for them to be able to push it through in the last minute from Oceans. Max might be able to get a dragon in time to combo it. They're coming in down mid, but losing her.
Oh man. Social sucks trying to see what he can get. He's getting Max. One person caught in this grab, and that's a stun, I think. I don't know what TG Deadlock's doing here. They play really good one round, and then they play not particularly smart the next round.
And this is going to be a tough one for them to win out at half strength, 30 seconds left. And there goes their Zarya. Zumundi coming in with the shadow though. So he might be able to do something
No one can hide
balls to
from
the walls
my
with that,
sight.
so it's all on him. And
Hammer to get back quickly, because Zumundi hammered down and like let the dragon come out. Not dragon not finding any kills, and Zumundi going down the train. It's a fight for their lives, fight for the point. Who's gonna find it? Who's gonna die? We do not know. Max killing block missed. Here comes another. Oh, Max.
Max.
Oh,
Tronic's coming back.
block miss did get rezzed. Here comes out the sound barrier. Ocean's just trying to jump around the point stall for as long as he can until his other tank gets back. A waste of a grab. Probably didn't hit the mark. Might not finding any kills, but Max finally killing Tranquillo. Max is also just off the back there, just annoying the backline. He's going to be able to find the kill. Max, it's a 2 for 1. Here comes out the dragon, and the hammer down that was very good. Can they pull this around? It's 2 supports on point. Can we get a battle mercenary? Going down, they're going to might be able to hold the point here. Tranquillo with the hammer down, finding 2 people, and Neil getting charged. Zumundi killing Tranquillo on the other end. Ringo's on point though, just trying to stall. Max is off to the sides. It's a 1v1 here on point, but now here comes back the rest of the team. Are they going to be able to do it? They just can't get back fast enough.
Yeah, the advantage is definitely that's toxic to the spawn. TG Deadlock putting a valiant effort in, but the advantage is to that's toxic. Although Max earns himself another dragon. Everybody's in it.
Everyone's in. Oh, block is going down. There's 1 person on point. Oh, it's 3 now, but they're just. It's just the longest point overtime I've ever seen.
Max finally dies.
Ocean getting frozen though. Finding kill on
Are they actually doing
Frank.
it?
It's just May sitting at the back on, with Social Socks. Are they going to be able to kill him?
It's ridiculous. Are they really gonna?
The old there to stall. Finding a kill on Blockness. It's just fire on fire. Just trying to get rid of those mines. Be able to do it. Oh, he just jumped off.
I can't believe they got that. I can't believe it. That overtime was about as long as the entire match, it feels like.
Yes, that was a very long overtime.
It was really long. That's Toxic not utilizing the spawn advantage to their best, and Max just staying alive and just getting, I think he got 3 dragons within that entire last fight. And it was just, and then by the time the Hammonds had his bomb out, it's just really, I mean, TG Deadlock just really hanging in there, like just playing with all they have. It's like you were saying before, like some rounds they play really well and some rounds they play very sloppy, and then they were completely so sloppy for most of the attacks beforehand, but when it push comes to shove, they really pulled through there with Tronic coming back as well, being able to pick people off by the time Max got killed. And the healers keeping up the Hammond was alive for ages, getting out his mines, clearing out the space for them, and against all odds they did it, even with a Storm A.
About that, I had to go grab some water.
I was just like, I'm still dumbfounded. I have no idea how they did that, but they did.
We're gonna see Max on the Junkrat again. He's probably, I think, favorite character. You see him on adult. I'm excited to see a Doomfist one of these games, but Doomfist has no love.
For Max uppercut.
Yeah, the last time I commentated, casted, he was running the team. It was very fun.
Hanzo though was unbelievable. It was really good.
Yeah. We're gonna see Tronics on the 12 as well. Interesting pick. But like that turret placement can just see the point.
It would just wreck you.
Monty going down. First kill of the fight. Ocean's getting stunned, and what is Mop-Pop? Oh, Mop-Pop just got a lucky move on the point. Ocean's going down. Noah going down. Mop-Pop going down. Can Tronic save point for him? Going down. His turret's just gonna build him up.
Yeah, Tronic getting up to 50% ult, chipping away at them. However, turret doesn't really do much against goats. They're all high HP. That Tronic turret chipping away at you is not going to be much of a threat. They've got so much healing, and the way that they moved around underneath it, staying out of its line of sight, really mitigated the damage.
Yeah. We're gonna see an ult out here from Max, and we're also gonna see a switch for Tronics over to the main. The sneaky little Junkrat ult, not finding anyone, not finding any damage. I've been feeling a little bad there. We're gonna see the high ground being pushed.
Alright, and that's Toxic. Not really having any ults except for the Moira one.
Ringo going down, that's one of the strongest part of comp, and definitely Zarya as well. They're gonna be able to hold this. There's no steam rolling for TG Deadlock to come forth.
Yeah, the fight was, I guess, usually like with goats, when you want to steamroll second point, you want to get to those huge tank ults of Shatter or Grav, but when your Zarya is down, you can't really earn your Grav, can you?
Going down, he's pushed a little too far forward, so is Zimandi. I think they're going to be able to get back, but you never know. This point is a very interesting one. They've got close spawns. Mop-Pop being chased off high ground and forced out into that ult, but also a bit of a stall, I reckon. Here comes Max uppercut, finding killer. So Blockmas trading that for 2. Zimandi, Shatter going down. Directly charging it for nothing because he got bounced and going down. I mean, yeah. Zimandi finding a kill. Social Sock's killing off Zimandi though. The double grab. Where did that go?
He got eaten.
Oh, nice.
Blockmist.
Blockmist killing Max though. Tronic's freezing. Oh, not going down. Oh, coming out. Where here? We're gonna see both Lions getting back. Rico not dying even though he got charged there and going down. It's currently a 5v2 with Regular. So this oh no, he could have done a lot with that. Ringo finding kills though, and I think that's point for Deadlock. Oh, they might be able to get back now. Trace is just stalling, just trying to get Oceans just jumping in, and they're going to be able to pull back. Max coming back on a point. I think that's fine.
That's it. Yeah.
Very fast push in comparison to TG Deadlock.
Yeah, TG Deadlock doing a really good job stopping the initial snowball from the first point. However, they got a little bit too greedy chasing them back to spawn, and then two very, like their main tank, I believe, got caught out right there, right before the objective, which gave the advantage to that Toxic. And you know, once the fight starts dragging on like it did there, and with a really great diva bomb from Blockmiss, that Toxic really just won out the fight.
Definitely, and I think that Blockmiss definitely does a lot on his.
Blockmiss has been really impressing me, like from back in Nepal. Those huge diva bombs, being in the right place at the right time, shutting down those tires. We didn't see him as much in Watch Punch Bottom, mostly because we was kind of screaming about Tronic's Widowmaker, or at least I was. Where TG Deadlock really impressed in the map that they won, but now, you know, that's Toxic with a really strong disadvantage on this map, and Blockmiss is really shining again. So it looks like they're going goats again. Really, like, you know, if it works, it works. So that's what they're gonna do. Tronic choosing to go for the Ashe this time instead of the Torbjorn, hoping that the higher damage will help, you know, help burn through all that armor, all that healing.
They're just pushing for that high ground. Not going into space, but just getting up into that high ground and just charging on the point, to be honest. They're not going to bother with the high ground. Go on the point, get the ticks. They need to just get one. Looks like it's going down though. Definitely the nade is very broken with It does a lot of damage. No funny, Max funny kill on Nile. Ocean's just taking chip damage. They're all taking chip damage. Ocean's Max getting destroyed by Trinculo, but Max killing Trinculo at the same time. But both mechs are down for both teams, so I'm not sure they're going to be able to hold this. Social Fox is behind, but not going to be able to do much. TG Deadlock have held this point. They've got another 4 minutes to defend, and that's Social Fox down, which means they've been staggered for at least a couple 20 seconds before they can get back to point.
A really good hold by TG Deadlock there. They're really using Ash's kit to their advantage with all those dynamites getting stuck. You know, it was like a little goat barbecue there on the point. Social Salt's getting picked off early. They lost a lot of their AoE healing. However, they are fortifying with Brig, and they have a Coalescence to help mitigate all that damage.
Finding a kill on the Moira, and Mop finding a kill on Brig because he got stunned. She got stunned by Bob. It's gonna be interesting. Mop Social Sucks going down to Mop Hole. The little bits of damage being taken. They're just getting melted here. I think they were grouped up. They had to scatter for Max's ult, and then they grouped up again and just died to the dynamite damage.
Max also with the really smart tire, you know, finding more effective uses of his tire now. Getting right onto Naira on Fire on the Moira, who had the Coalescence, which would have been able to mitigate a lot of the damage from the Bob that was thrown out. And TG Deadlock with the ultimate advantage, with the Ana, with the Diva Bomb, with the... Can you imagine somebody with an Ana Nano Boost as well as the Orisa Bonkers? How much damage is that Junkrat
So
going
much.
to do?
Here comes up the Orisa Bonkers from TG Deadlock. Being destroyed pretty much straight away. Then moving back, they decided to go high ground. Oh, that's a lot of stun.
Огонь по готовности.
Okay, and that's point for That's Toxic, making them 2-up. I'm not too sure what happened to Menscure there, but...
I forgot to hit my push to...
Oh, that's just unfortunate.
I was holding my cup of water. I realized, oh, my push to talk is...
Max Uppercut really impressed with his Hanzo here on that last point. Really kept everybody in the game, despite look how much damage he's doing on everyone. But yeah, unfortunate for TG Deadlock, who had a lot of ultimates to be able to save that point and push him to a draw. But the Ana unfortunately died before she got to use her ultimate, and everybody got knocked down by the Reinhardt. So it was yeah. What can you do?
Their first 2 points, they pushed quite hard along that along the back and onto point, and then the third push that they did, they just pushed up onto the high ground and forced them off. And that Shatter, unfortunately, who was it? Zamandi just didn't have his shield ready. Shatter just got them.
Yeah, it's hard though because Zumandi was on the Orisa, so once you put a shield down on his Orisa, you've got to commit to it. So all Tranquilla had to do was just walk forwards a little and then slap it down. So you're definitely at a bit of a disadvantage when you're Orisa against Reinhardt. And that move they did where instead of going to the point, they decided to contest them on that high point and push them off. That was a really smart move because they're not going to get hit by any spam except for the one that's just facing forwards to them. They're not opening their entire team to it. You know, Reinhardt just puts the shield up, walks forward, slaps down the Shadow, and there goes the entire team of TG Deadlock.
We're here on Nubandi, probably Nubandi, one of the nicer looking maps. I would definitely say it's very well balanced. Spawn for attackers is a little bit of a run to first point, but like it's very after first point cap, it's a very well balanced map, I would have to say.
Yes, absolutely. We'll see if TG Deadlock can come back from this. They're running Max on the Pharah. We've got Mercy and Zen as their healers with Hog and Winston, which is an interesting combination because Hog and Hamster, still a very interesting tank combination. But I guess they're looking to do really aggressive dives with the Winston and the Hamster, as well as supported by all that Farah damage, that Discord, that damage boost, and Tronic just being a nuisance in the back line as Tracer, cleaning up all the stuff. So they want to play really aggressive, I think.
Yeah, Ocean's he really wanted to play that Hammond, but I guess they convinced him, no, don't play the Hammond.
Diva's
Play
still
him.
good though.
Yeah. It's a
Diva's
dive
a
off
class.
again.
Against Anti-Dive, I think, from That's Toxic, with the Hog and the Rissa. The
Yeah.
McCree, so much CC.
Yeah, it is. But Max is going to be able to play in the end. The only problem will be Ringo against this. But we can see the Pharmacy come out and the dive, which will be interesting up against, what, 3 tanks, 2 healers, and a hit scan.
Yeah. McCree is going to have a hard time, especially if he stands there against the Pharmacy combo. Because one boop from far and that's it, you're gone.
Oh, I just
misses.
watched the boot go off, but it hit the wall. They're going to be just quickly dashing around to the back and trying to force them off. So we can see Ringo go down, which means it's as much playroom as Max Uppercut wants. The mech going down for That's Toxic. Social Shock's going down. It's just a play space for Max. They're still ship's damage and trying to be able to find the rest of it. Mopsy can get kills here and then. It's just Tranquillo. Stuck in a corner.
What can you do? I always feel bad for Risses when they're just like, okay. Not much you can do. But yeah, once, like you said, once Ringo fell down on that McCree, it was complete free reign for Max, getting damage boosted all day by Neo, the Pharmacy earning themselves ultimates, and Mop Hop coming close to his Transcendence, Tronic getting his, and they're looking to push the advantage with that.
Onyx just popped off with the Bunny finding kill on block once. Ringo being taken down. The Bunny being taken down, but Ocean finding a kill on Tranquillo. It's a 3v2. A 3v5 actually. 3v5. So the rest go up to 3v6. They're just put hard up against that plane, which Mop Up just kind of like lazily sitting there on the back of the plane. Chronic's finding 2 kills and Bunny finding 1. It's a 3v6, 3v5.
It's really good play though. Really good decision by TG Deadlock to push when they have the advantage, and they still have the ultimate advantage thanks to all the cleaning up they did. I think a lot of the players from That's Toxic spawned a close spawn, while the other half spawned a fast spawn, so they were doing 3v6 all day.
Yeah, and we're gonna see no ults come out from TG Deadlock. Actually, I lied. 2 ults coming out from both tanks, but the ult economy of both teams is very low. So 2 ults up for 1 ult off now, because they just popped off. But Mob getting taken down. Max is getting taken down. I think this is going to be a hold from That's Toxic, being able to save it just before.
Yeah, that's a very interesting, because That's Toxic used about 4 ultimates against, I mean, not That's Toxic, TG Deadlock has so many ultimates coming in.
2 ultis, but they were able to.
Yeah, they were able to hold, and I guess I could see what they were going for with chucking the Diva Bomb out and then knocking everyone around with the Winston. However, the Diva Bomb went right there in the corner in front of Tranquillo's shield. Winston couldn't reach him fast enough to knock him away. But they're switching up to Ryan Zarya now, and they have Transcendence and Barrage in their pockets.
The Social Shock switching was pretty good for that last push too. He's just able to chew through the dive. So Max and Neo going down pretty quick, and the money getting picked off. This Reaper's just going to sit down and leave the rest of the team to be able to sweep up. Ringo going down to Tronic, but for 6 kills to, or 5 kills to 1 kill, it's very little.
Absolutely. Social Shock's doing very good work on the Reaper as well. And the tanks of That's Toxic really close to their huge ultimate. Tranquillo just used his Shatter in the fight before, almost has it again now. And the grab coming up, ready to combo with Social Shock's Death Blossom. Or they've almost got 6 ultimates, like, advantage.
Here comes out the Spiral, finding 3.
Wow.
Finding 8 kills. Tronic still has his ult though. Mop Pop still has his ult for when something like Social Shock's ult comes. There you go, hold it. We're gonna see it's a 3v5 on point. 3v6 on point. Tronic coming out with his ult, are they gonna be able to hide from it, or are they not gonna be able to? Finding a kill on both Nayas. Social Fox going down. Trickler going down. Is Blockmiss just going to try to stall? Ringo's just trying to stall. So that's a team wipe pretty much.
This
There
is
you
not
go.
your time.
Yeah, forget what I said at the beginning about ultimate advantage. Max uppercut with a really that barrage, they were completely unready for that. Destroyed half their team, and then they were just staggering back, just kind of chucking out, throwing away their ultimate advantage willy nilly. They're just in, a lost fight.
Yeah. Tranquilla going down to Zamandi, and here comes another ult from Max Uppercut. Only finding one, Ocean's finding kill and Blockmiss, and Social Fox turning around and killing Max Uppercut, only to be rezzed by Chronix, finding a kill on the Lucio, and then another kill on Social Fox. Tranquilla getting stuck in a grab. The poor man, just no way of such point there.
Yeah, that must be the worst feeling. Yeah. TG Deadlock getting the point. Poor Tranquillo there, having to stare as the cart rolls its way very slowly and stuck in the graviton. But yeah, I do believe if that's toxic, kind of, I guess, conceded the second point lost after Max Uppercut got a great barrage on them and kept all 6 of their ultimates, they could have been able to stop that snowball. However, they just kept chucking it out, and they really had nothing left to stop TG Deadlock as they came, speeding through into the third point with Max with another barrage and the graviton and so many ultimates. So it was good play by TG Deadlock, and unfortunate ult management by That's Toxic that helped him get through that. And we'll see Max stay on that Pharah, which has been working really well for him. Mopop switching over to the Ana instead of the Zen, and Tronic going for a Genji instead of a Tracer. That's Toxic going for Ryan Zarya, going for a Pharah of their own, and triple heals.
Which is always fun to watch.
We'll see what that brig. It's interesting they took Ringo Stars off the McCree, because he was doing all right against the Pharah. And switching him over to a brig, I guess they're trying to focus more on the ground fight and just kind of let the Pharah be and try to win out against the kind of brute force their way through with the brig.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it's a dive fire combo pharmacy against a sort of like Goat's pharmacy, which will be interesting because it'll basically just be Max versus Social Socks. Whoever gets the kill first. I think Max is a little bit more proficient. We see the fire a lot more commonly in these matches, but they're on point already. Chronix finding kill on Ringo, shutting down, but Social Socks dying. Social Socks finding a kill on Max Uppercut. It's a 1v1 situation. Is diving. Social Socks trying to pick him out of the air. Tranquilla with anti. Mopop's just sitting on the high ground, uncontested. Oh, he just got booped down. Just dying to Tranquilla's fire strike, though Chronix is just sitting behind there, just doing bits of chip damage, preparing his ult. Neo going down, Zamandi going down, Ocean's Max going down. I think this might be point if I can't get perked fast enough. There goes point 2. That's toxic.
Yep, there it goes. So even though Ringo was the first to fall, That's Toxic kind of won out, but with the powers as the fight dragged on. Once again, seeing kind of a weak dive from TG Deadlock where they had the advantage but didn't push it, which is something you should really be doing with dive. You don't have the sustain. You've got to just use the speed that you have to your advantage and pick out as many people as possible. And unfortunately, they didn't, and That's Toxic came back from the 5v6 and equalized. And with both bars now with barrages and then Mercy's also.
Max coming out with barrage. Here comes another barrage. Trying to pick on Social Socks. And then another one on Ringo. Social Socks getting res. Here comes the hammer down from Tranquilla. Social Socks trying to kill him. Tranquilla funny. His other half is in multi. Social Socks killing Max Uppercut. Blockmiss killing Oceans. It looks like they're just killing the doubles here. Reminds me of that first Pokemon movie, you know?
Oh yeah, that was sad. I cried.
That was also good, maybe.
It was. So my favorite is the second one,
I require assistance.
with the had to collect the orbs and Lugia and all that stuff. That was
Oh, like
My will
Gladios?
made real.
Gladiolus? That
no,
was a
no,
good
it
movie.
was no, it was like with the Zapdos and Moltres and all that. Speaking of birds, though, we saw both Faras use the ultimate in that fight, and really the winner of that Fara duel was Tronic taking down 2. But like you said, the tanks of that Toxic just came in swinging, killed their counterparts, and equalized it. Tronic doing it once again.
Fun doing his hit scan thing, finding the kill on Social Sox, only for him to be rezzed again. But that's a res, not a res for 30 seconds. The grab's coming out with blockness, but Tronic's kind of just protecting his tanks there with the Hiner and Ringo going down, which forces him back, forcing him to weaken.
Yeah, that was a really interesting exchange with the 2 tank ultimates. Really well done by TG Deadlock there.
Hello.
You know, it was smart of Blockmiss to grab the tanks after Tranquillo shattered to be able to keep him away. Oh, sorry, not Tranquillo, Zumundi shattered to be able to keep him away from doing damage. And then Tronic chucks in a Deadeye, so no one from that Toxic side could follow up on the grab. So they were kind of a bit of a standoff there. But yeah, Tronic picking up the Mercy really swung it towards TG Deadlock's side.
Max pulling out his ult again, melting that shield, finding the TG Deadlock, finding kill on both their enemy tanks, shutting them down, forcing them back just to regroup. Thank you.
Yeah, Max really finding, like, he's so sneaky with his, he seems to always keep catching the enemy team by surprises with his barrages. He's kind of just camping up there, waiting for the call from his team, and then, dip, out it comes. That's Toxic, though, with a really strong ultimate advantage. Barrage, Coalescence, Valkyrie, and Shadow coming up for them. With,
Sonic Fox trying to see if you can get around the back of the map. That's
Heroes
fourth, but
never
unfortunately
die.
you can't. It'd be fun if you could, though, because it would make the Sonic flank. But Social Fox finding 2 kills there. Mundi and the double Ryan hammers coming out. Mop charging his ult up, but Nightfire is ready to account. Blockness killing his counterpart.
Blockmiss just going nuts.
Just
Right in the
holding
spawn.
Social Fox killing his counterpart. Up next, uppercut. Now they're just holding response. Oh no, Mundi just screwed his charge. Are they going to be able to touch point? No, they are not. The double Heinrich coming out though.
Yeah, double High Noon coming out. However, they were not on the point to contest that. So even if High Noon got anybody. But this is a very close map right now with just 10 seconds between the 2 of them. And that Rhine v Rhine, the mind games, the Rhines were pretty much equal between Zumundi and Tranquilla there. Both shadows being blocked. But the grav, not the grav, the barrage coming out from Social Socks. Making it, you know, just deleting the enemy Reinhardt, and once you have that numbers advantage, you can really, you know, make a difference and push through. So Social Socks not sticking with the Pharah though this time around, going for a Reaper instead. Ringo staying on the McCree, Max staying on that Pharah, Tronic going for a Genji. I'm always wondering about his Genji pick because his skin has really impressed me, and anytime he's on Genji, I never really quite see the same level of play.
I'm just moving my microphone.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's Toxic on defense, and TG Deadlock on attack. We'll see if Max can get the same value out of his Pharah as he did first time around, and see how Social Socks goes about with his Reaper, knowing that he can't really reach the main damage dealer of the TG Deadlock team.
We're gonna see Tronic's just sneaking on the point, no idea where the enemy team is. He's just trying to like hide a little. Here comes out Max, popping off damage, just building his ult as quickly as he can. He's already on 40. Tronic just bits of chip damage here and there. Zumundi forcing him up, but getting picked off by Social Shock. His main counter, and they're just gonna pull back. No point keeping the fight going if you don't have a tank there. 3 going down, 3 pulling out. holding quite well for That's Toxic.
Absolutely. Social Sock's in a really great position to protect his team from the dive, just completely melting that Winston. And good moves by Ringo there, hopping off the high ground once he was getting dived on. It makes a TG Deadlock, really being able to identify, yes, McCree is slow, let's go and hit him. However, That's Toxic was ready, and their team pulled together, survived the dive. But now we've got Orion Zarya in play with a Duke Fist. That's uppercut.
Max just sneaking around there, not getting any pick. Zamandi wildly charging Radix, that's the word. But not gonna find any kills here. Chronic's finding a mech, Money finding Tranquillo. They're trading up with the both supports on the arm. That's Toxic Tent, and then killing off Zamandi. They're just not very grouped up.
Yeah, they were very split on that fight. You saw Zumandi trying to kill the Orisa, and on the other end we had Oceans trying to kill somebody else, and it was just the target priority was not there, and which gave That's Toxic the opportunity to trade out and win out. But they are getting close to some ultimates now. Zumandi definitely gonna earn the Shatter if he can stay up. This is going to be their last fight though, and Nair does have that Transcendence to mitigate any damage they might do.
See, Max finding a kill on Nair Fire, and Devon finding a kill on... With Ringo finding a kill on Neo, Tronics finding a kill on Ringo, Mopop finding a kill on the Bongo, Zamandi finding a kill on Nair, Block's killing Ocean, Zamandi killing Tranquillo, Zamandi killing Social Fox killing. It's just one person kills someone, then they die, and la da 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 da. But Blockmist forcing him on point. Blockmist is, I would have to say, one of the MVPs of this match.
Absolutely. Blockmist just staying alive through it. Nair Fire coming back in time to heal him as well.
And we're going to see the whole of That Toxic come back and just force them off point, not being able to hold.
Yeah, that started off really good for TG Deadlock, getting down the main healer in the Moira. However, the Transcendence being up helped mitigate the damage. Transcendence heals so much, a lot better than regular Zen heals, which gave enough time for the rest of That's Toxic to regroup, especially thanks to Blockmist, who stayed alive the entire time. Just having a tank, especially someone as durable as D.Va, be able to stay on, be the last one alive, stay on, and keep contesting is always, like, once the trades were down, once the dust settled, if there's a D.Va and there's a Squishy on the side, D.Va's gonna win out, especially if she has Moira coming back to heal her.
Or any type of heals for that matter. We're gonna see Mopop on the Bastion. We're gonna see a 3-2-1 for TG Deadlock with just one healer. So if Neo goes down, it's a done deal unless they can keep the sustainer.
Yeah, this is a very high risk comp. They've got so much damage, but one wrong move and that's it. But if they're able to keep their damage dealers up, they have very powerful ultimates to keep That's Toxic off the point for almost 3 minutes. And they're gonna have to do that because this is their last chance to bring it to a tiebreaker.
Yeah, and
Actually,
if it goes to
even
a
if they
tiebreaker,
roll-
we'll be going over to lead jump.
Yes.
See the fire coming in, and they're all hiding behind that shield. They're all just kind of hopping and playing for the dynamite going off. Not finding any damage though, just going forward. Social Sox is just kind of sitting there, just shooting at Mopop, and Mopop's going to be taking a bit of damage. However, they're just finding kills. Oh, I bite my tongue because they just found That's Toxic just found 4 kills with Oceans only getting 1. It's a 4v3 at the current moment with no heals, so it'll be interesting to see where it goes. If you get back Tronic finding kill and Tranquillo.
Blockmist.
Blockmist just popping off.
Just popping off. It was amazing. We saw both of the main tanks go down early in that fight. Mercy on the side of That's Toxic came into res, and Blockmist put just the bubble at the right time to stop her from getting, destroyed by the Bastion, and that gave them the advantage they needed. And Blockmist was also a billion energy. thanks to the Bastion charge. Max Uppercut's Farah also really impressed as well. On the side of TG Deadlock, but that's Toxic winning out the match. And yeah, definitely, if I were to say MVP for the match, I would give it to Block Mist.
Yeah, and apparently we're done. So
Yeah, it's
apparently we're done. So we'll just finish up here. And I reckon you were talking about getting an MVP, and I would have to say that Blockmist would have to be the MVP of the entire series. He just did so much work. He just did a lot for the team. He was on that tank, finding a whole heap of just leftover kills, and he just did really well.
Absolutely, just like staying alive, whether on the Zarya or the Diva, protecting his teammates, but also putting in buttloads of damage with the high energy Zaryas, with the grabs, with the Diva bombs. You know, we saw Blockmist light up the kill feed in Nepal, and then at the end there in that last fight on the Zarya.
Yeah, and he was always the last person to die, and he was always just able to charge his ults so quickly. We were able to see that from That's Toxic. They were just charging their ults really quickly when they were running goats. So that's TG Deadlock. We're just running back, not finding any ultimate charge we saw on the first point. The second point, they were able to switch it around, and I think that third point, they were running the same comps with the Pharah, and it was more who could kill the Pharah first.
Yeah, and then at the very end of it, the Pharah didn't really come down to much. It didn't really like factor into it because it was the discrepancy in the ground wall. Because I feel like Social Socks and Max Uppercut both have really great Pharahs, and they're both great DPS throughout the entire match. But I think when it came down to the tank line, Block Mist was able to I guess give that edge, and it ultimately helped That's Toxic win out against TG Deadlock, which I think evens the score between them. If because you said the TG Deadlock won the last game you casted.
Yeah, so I think that's for my casting record. It's a 1-for-1 record for TG Deadlock, and That's Toxic. And I think we're going to call it here if that's all good, Moonpea.
Yeah.
It's been great night for casting. It was a great match, and I will see you all next week when I'm casting. So we'll end it here, and goodbye.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. It was great casting with Menscure, and yeah, really great match to watch. Really close, really crazy clutch stuff happening, and yeah, see you guys all next week.